What's up, guys? It's your boy, Tom City Gamer here. And, well, the Royal Rumble was last night, so let's talk about it. I'm sure not everybody was very happy with the Rumble matches. But let's start start from the beginning. You had perhaps one of the best Rumble entrances in recent memory with Seth freaking Rollins coming out to Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. That's right, folks. He came out to the freaking Shield's music. And he had the tactical vest, the flak jacket and everything. So it was like, oh my god, the balls on this man. The absolute balls on this guy. So he came out in the freaking Shield vest. That made my night. And he just, he had Reigns off the game from the get-go with this whole thing. And one of the other highlights of the match for me was that, you know how they used to do they pick the guy up and then just triple bomb him to the table, just go, just throw the guy clean to the table. Well, Rollins did that, but by himself, a one-man Shield bomb. And I know they aren't a thing anymore, but god damn it, that moment made me just stand up and go, believe in the Shield, motherfucker! But yeah, there was that, and everything Reigns is doing to try to unnerve Rollins. Rollins is just cackling his head off at him, so that was even funnier. So he hit him with a buckle bomb, and then as he's coming off the ropes from the buckle bomb, he hits him with the curb stomp, or as they politically correctly call it now, the stomp for whatever reason. So he hit him with that, and everybody's going crazy. And they think, oh, it's finally going to be the end of this miserable 17th-month reign because 517 days, and who has he made a star? Seriously, has he made any stars during this reign? 17-month reign, and who has he made bigger than they were before? Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, time's up. He's made nobody. So yeah, he hits the curb stomp. 1, 2, 2.9. Reigns kicks out, and we're like, oh shit! It was that close. So it's like, it was that close to being over, folks. That close to the nightmare, the 17-month nightmare of a reign being over. It was like, damn, that close, that close. It's a damn shame, We all thought that was gonna be it, but nope. He's still hanging around, still alive. And, we all thought that was gonna be the end of him, but it wasn't meant to be. So he kicks out. They still keep going. They still keep fighting. Reigns tried the spear, and Rollins actually countered it into a pedigree, which is a nice spot. I love when they do the spear pedigree counter. That's always pretty looking. So that was great. And then you got and then he tries another spear, I think it was. Did another spear or Superman punch, one or the other. Rollins kicked out of that. And then Reigns is like, fuck it, I'm a desperate motherfucker. I'm putting this fool in the guillotine choke. And he puts Seth in the guillotine choke. Seth's fighting. Still fighting, still trying to get out of it. Still battling. And eventually, he, grabs the rope. Reigns won't release. Ref's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he disqualifies Reigns. So, Rollins wins the match, but not the title because Reigns had to be a little punk-ass bitch. And not release the hold. He knew that Rollins was gonna beat him, so what does he do? Oh, he doesn't take his L like a man and just move on and let somebody else have the glory. Oh no, heaven forbid he does that. He just has to do the punk way out and beat the shit out of him and just hammer him over the back with a steel chair like it's 2014 all over again when Seth betrayed the Shield. So it's like, seriously, Reigns? You call yourself a tribal chief and then you're going out there like a bitch and getting essentially disqualified. So that was a downer. Rollins coming out, he looked like, he pretty much was the quote-unquote babyface here, even though they're technically both heel, but I think Rollins is swinging towards a babyface turn. So that was a downer. Everybody wanted to see Rollins win something, just for something new, you know? After 17 months, you get sick to death of the same performer holding a championship. I don't know how Bruno Sammartino and Hulk Hogan back in the day could hold the thing for 7 years and 2 years, respectively, without getting sick of him to lug that championship everywhere. Didn't make much sense to me. Anyway, that was the first match. Then came the Women's Royal Rumble. Your opening participants were the Boss, Sasha Banks, and a surprise entrant right away in Melina. And, you know, they had a nice little stare on. Sasha actually did the splits at one point, which is kind of funny because that's usually Melina's thing. And a bit of unfortunate side effect was when Melina got eliminated in 53 seconds, she wasn't actually supposed to be eliminated at that point. She was actually supposed to hang on and, you know, just hang in there until Tamina, who was number 3, Tamina and Kelly came in because, you know, Tamina and Sasha Banks, they were back in Team Bad back in the day, the whole Unity thing. So it was to hang around and, you know, do that. Didn't happen. Tamina actually was lasted pretty long, 16 minutes 41 seconds in the match. And, you know, after Kelly came Aaliyah, she actually almost lasted 23 minutes. That was pretty solid for a first time Rumble participant. I mean, 2250, that's not too bad for somebody who's never been in Rumble before. Then number 6, the dark horse for everybody's favorite underappreciated star, Liv Morgan. She comes in, doesn't actually eliminate anyone, but she hung around there quite a while. Lasted 37 minutes 20 seconds. And then number 7, all hail the Queen, Queen Zelina. Okay, that was more Italian than British, but cut me a break. You know, she goes 17 minutes 25 seconds. Then last year's winner, Bianca, or he's actually called Bianca Belair. She lasted 47 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank the good Lord in heaven she didn't repeat. Otherwise, I would have been throwing shit. Because this is bias coming from me, but to me, I don't think she deserved the Women's Rumble last year because there was no build up to her victory. I mean, she just randomly won the damn thing out of nowhere. At least with Drew, when he won it, he was, you know, building up a little bit of a hot streak, and his Rumble win could be seen as something that he actually earned. But he just came out of nowhere and won the damn. She just came out of nowhere and won the damn thing. And to be honest, her resulting reign as the champion wasn't that good either. So why did it? Didn't make much sense to me. Didn't make much sense to me now. Anyway, she lasts 47 minutes. She actually gets eliminated by the reigning champion Charlotte Flair, but we'll get there in a minute. Number 9, Dana Brooke, 24/7 champion. Blah blah blah. Nobody gives a shit about her because she got eliminated in 2 minutes 12 seconds by the returning legend Michelle McCool. The Rumble got a little flawless. God, if only she could have brought Layla along with her. That's my opinion, because I was a huge Layla fan back in the day, and I really wish they would bring out Layla for one of these Rumbles. Because, damn it, we all want to see her again. She was a very underrated performer, in my opinion. And, of course, Sonya Deville continuing her thing with Naomi. Even though I can't stand Naomi. She lasts 2 minutes. Well, she lasts 2 minutes officially, but she was actually out there for about, I'd say 10 or 12, because she was hanging on commentary. And what was funny was Corey Graves, as soon as Natalya came in, she lasted 36-17, by the way. You know, Natalya comes in, she's on a house of fire. She lasts quite a bit. And then number 13, another surprise entrant, Naomi's old tag partner, Cameron. And what's funny is Corey Graves on commentary, he starts saying, you know, Cameron's an ally of Naomi. And Sonya, with this shit-eating smirk on her face, she's like, oh, so something bad would happen. So this would upset Naomi if something bad happened to Cameron, right? And Corey's like, yeah, what are you implying? Next thing you know, Sonya jumps off the commentary table and just flips on in, throws Cameron out of the ring like a sack of potatoes, and eventually Naomi takes her out. But then Sonya comes back and eliminates Naomi because Naomi came in at number 14 right after Cameron, and she wasn't too happy about it. And then number 15 was the most beautiful woman in all of WWE, Carmella. She lasted 50 seconds, got eliminated by number 16, Rhea Ripley, who really put on a good showing. Lasted half an hour, almost 31 minutes. And she, of course, got thrown out by the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, who, of course, was number 17. She lasted 31-23. She was the last one eliminated. But, I mean, if you're the champion, should you really be in the Rumble match? I don't think so. But, I mean, it at least provided a good backdrop for the eventual winner, which we'll get to in a minute. Because, let's face it, nobody likes Charlotte, and whoever eliminates her will be a massive babyface. And then, after Charlotte comes in, it's Ivory and her goddamn right to censor gimmick, saying about all the girls are all lost little girls, blah, 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 blah. She gets eliminated in 25 seconds by the Nightmare. Very impressive outing for Rhea, even though she only eliminated 3. She did pretty well. And then a waste of a spot, Free Mode at number 19. And she, of course, was eliminated by the eventual winner. And then number 20, Hardcore Country! Mickie James from Impact Wrestling. She eventually got eliminated by a fellow legend in her own right, her old buddy Lita, after 11:40 in the match. I personally would have booked her to be in the final 4 with Liv, Shayna Baszler, the eventual winner, which we'll get to, and Shayna Baszler, I would say. I mean, it would have been nice to have you got Liv, Mickie, Shayna, and of course the winner, which we'll get to. But that didn't happen. That's just my booking. My booking was a lot better. Number 21, another wasted spot, Alicia Fox. She got tossed out by the other wasted baseball twin, Nikki Bella, 6:30. And then number 22, our favorite superhero, Nikki Ash. She lasted 12:13. Only got 1 elimination, but at least she lasted more than a couple minutes. That was nice. And then 23, Summer Rae, 52 seconds. Didn't really get much time to shine, which was a mistake. I would have cut out Alicia's time altogether and not have her be in the Rumble. Instead, I would have had Paige come out at number 21 because she was rumored to be cleared, but for some reason they didn't use her. I mean, it was rumored to be cleared, but they didn't use her. I guess Bayley wasn't quite ready to come back, which is why she wasn't used. Which is a damn shame because this shirt here, this is her last heel t-shirt. I wore this thinking that, oh, she's going to come back and win the Rumble. So I wound up wearing this thing for nothing last night, which kind of makes me sad. But anyways, the other waste of space, Nikki Bella comes in. She eventually gets thrown out by her own sister, Brie Bella, not after she torched broke some of her dreams. Number 25, the other half of the Riot Squad that isn't already with the company, Sarah Logan. She comes back, has an emotional reunion with Liv, but only lasts 42 seconds because of the fucking Plastic Twins, Brie and Nikki Bella, taking her and Liv both out in a double elimination spot, which, let's face it, that was completely unneeded. They weren't needed in the match. You could have had somebody much better in there, but whatever. Some people, for whatever insane reason, like the Bellas. I don't know why. Just didn't make much sense to me to have them in there. They just seemed like a wasted spot. Number 26, as I said, with Lita. She lasted 10:21, got an elimination of Mickie James. Number 27, Mighty Molly. You know, the holy sidekick hurricane. It's Mighty Molly, but unfortunately she lasted 20 seconds because Nikki Ash took her out before she even get in the ring, and tossed her and then threw her back out. Because Nikki's got this whole, there can be only one superhero. I cannot do a Scottish accent, I'm sorry. And then 28, the shock of the night, if you weren't reading the dirt sheet, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. and then 29, you had Shotzi, aka Shotzi Blackheart. She lasted 256, got thrown out by Rousey. And then number 30, Ronnie's old MMA buddy, 4 Horsewomen partner, Shayna Baszler. She got tossed out by Flair, lasted 5:31. So that eliminated any hopes of Bayley or Paige coming out. But yeah, in the final 4, it was, let me see, what was the final 4? Hang on, I'll tell you what it was. Final 4 was, Belair, Baszler, Flair, and of course Ronnie. I would have thrown out Belair a long time ago and had Liv in there. But that's just me. Eventually, you know, Flair gets thrown out by Baszler. Belair got thrown out by Flair. And of course, Baszler of course got thrown out by Flair. And Flair got thrown out by Rousey to win the whole thing. For the men's rumble, it was kind of ho-hum. You know, you got Styles leading it off, then Shinsuke, then it was a whole bunch of mid-carders, and then the only real major highlight was Johnny Knoxville in at 9. But I'm gonna explain that in a little bit. After the men's rumble, women's rumble, you had Becky Lynch, retaining her title over Piper Niven. I refuse to call her Dewdrop. 13 minutes, clean pinfall victory. And for the fourth match, I'm just going to say that the championship changed hands, but it was a stupid idea because the guy holding it now is a complete waste of space. The only reason Lesnar got screwed was because he hit Lashley with an F5. That knocked down the referee. And then Reigns comes out, who wasn't even involved in the match, spears the shit out of Lesnar. Heyman turns on Lesnar, gives Reigns the championship. Reigns blasts Lesnar with the title, and allows Lashley to sneak over, drape an arm over. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's that. That makes the men's rumble completely predictable. And then Edge and Beth Phoenix beat Miz and Maurice in mixed tag, which is kind of predictable. Everybody knew that the case would go over there. And in the men's match, like I said, it was completely predictable because I knew from before the match even started that Lesnar would be number 30 and win. And wouldn't you know it, that's what happened. The only real surprise was was Drew McIntyre at number 21. Everybody thought he wouldn't be back for weeks, and he gave us a glimmer of hope at the end there at the end with him and Lesnar. We thought he was gonna win again, but unfortunately, as I predicted, Lesnar wins the Rumble and is going on to Mania to, I guess, challenge Reigns to the Universal title. Who knows what the fuck Lashley's gonna do? He's a waste of space, as I said. But I mean, once you had Lashley win the WWE Championship, it made the men's Rumble completely irrelevant and unimportant because everybody and their mother knew that Lesnar would come out and win the damn thing. So the correct option would be to have Rollins win the Universal Championship, and have Reigns try to win the Rumble and fail, and Lesnar retain his. Make Reigns have to actually work for something. He'd obviously fail, but it was going great until you had a banger start of it. You had a banger start to the show with Rollins and Reigns, and then you had the stupid finish, and then you had a great Rumble for the women. You had Ronda Rousey coming back and winning. What's cool about Ronda is she actually came back after only 4 months after having a kid, and came back to win the Rumble. That's got pretty cool. I will say though, she does have some questionable views, as one of my buddies enlightened me to. She does have some questionable views when it comes to transgender women. So my view of her is hurt a little bit, but I'm not going to discuss that. That's a little bit too political for this channel. But what I would have done is, like I said, I would have had Liv, Mickie James, Shayna, and Ronda be the final four. And maybe Sarah could be like the fifth wheel there, trying to help Liv on to the victory, but ultimately tossed out by Shayna to give her some monster heat. I would have had it, be teased that maybe the Impact, the guest performer, could potentially win the Rumble and start up something historic there, but that just didn't happen. And like I said, the men's Rumble was completely predictable. So women's Rumble was great. The women's championship match was, it was alright. Becky won with a top rope manhandle, or second rope manhandle slam, by the way. But I would have done things a little differently, obviously. And it just seems like after the women's Rumble, things just kind of, the proverbial sale went out of the proverbial sale went, the proverbial wind went out of the sail there. With Lashley winning the WWE Championship, it made the men's Rumble completely predictable and irrelevant. So I still would have had Rousey win, set up a marquee match with her and Lynch. But the final four would have been Mickie James, Liv Morgan, Shayna, and Ronda Rousey. Maybe Sarah can hang on as a fifth, but she'd be tossed out by Shayna being first month. And as for the men, I would have not had Lesnar win. I wouldn't have had Lesnar in the Rumble. But if Lesnar wasn't in there, I would have had Kevin Owens win and go on to face his quote-unquote new best friend, Seth Rollins, for the Universal title. I guess Reigns can pick up the scraps and go after Lashley or something. I don't know. I don't know what you would do with Lashley. He's a waste of space, as I've said about 3 times this video. I don't know what you would do with Reigns if he lost the championship, honestly, but he needs a break from the title picture. He's been a champion for 517 days, which is far too long in my opinion. So that's just me, because I think his gimmick, like I said, 17 months as champion, he's elevated nobody, so he's utterly failed in his job as a champion, in my opinion. But, Rumble, like I said, 1.5 stars to me. Just not enough surprise entrance in the men's Rumble, and the men's Rumble itself being completely predictable. And obviously the Bella Twins' involvement soured me for the women's Rumble a bit, as did Alicia Fox. pretty wasted entrance there when you could have had Paige there and completely popped the roof off the place. But no, let's just throw in some divas whose heyday was back in 2009 and 2014. No, let's not use people that they really want to see. Let's throw in freaking divas like we want to see them again. I mean, who wants to see Bella win? I sure don't. I don't think a lot of people do anyway. But anyways, that's your Rumble review. Unlike that idiot JD from New York NY206, I got it wrapped up in 20 minutes. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, the Rumble could have been a lot better, but as far as it goes, I gotta give it a thumbs down. It's one of the weaker Rumbles that I've ever seen, but nothing will top the 2015 Rumble because everybody and their mother predicted Reigns victory. At least with the men's Rumble, there was a fluid of hope until last year they gained the WWE Championship, which completely made the men's Rumble, as I said, irrelevant. So hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next time, peace out, everybody. Much love to all of you, and hopefully they at least get the rest of the road to Mania right. But 2022, as far as WWE is concerned, is not starting off well outside the women's Rumble anyway. That depends on who you're asking. But anyway, till next time, peace out. Love y'all. And of course, if you like the video, be sure to follow us on Twitter at SpiderQueenAJ. Keep up with our, keep up with channel updates. Keep up with us on social media, and of course, subscribe to us on YouTube at Untitled Chapter for all your video news. Till next time, peace out, everybody. Love y'all.